Well, hello, my stamping friends. It's Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and I am just a couple minutes early today. So I hope that you had a good day today. I enjoyed my time subbing with the kiddos today, but I am glad that I will not have to be getting up early tomorrow morning to go to work. I've got a very long list, actually, of things that I will be working on both for the business and for my house that sometimes tends to get a little bit neglected. Anyway, let's see where we're at here. We're still a little bit early. So I guess I could share a couple of things that I've made with through another demonstrator's online class, and I love some of the things that she does. She makes sure that she gives us extra projects instead of lots of little cutesy stuff that may or may not really help us in our crafting. Like I don't need a name tag every time I do an online class, or, those kinds of little things that take time and resources to create, but don't really add a whole lot, I don't think, to the crafting experience. So this particular demonstrator does not do that. There were 12 make and takes included in the class, which was really fun. And one of the things that she included in our class was the metallic enamel effects. So these are pretty cool, and I've used them a lot. So let me show you some of the ways she encouraged us to use them. I'm not sure if you can see, but I'll try and bring it up here. And I added some of the copper enamel to parts of the bell, so you can actually see that there's raised parts there. So that was kind of neat. And if I tip it, you may be able to see that I sponged on a little bit of the gold just to give the background a little shimmer. So that was one way we used them. Another way we used them was to add veins to the gold woven leaves. Isn't that cool? And she made note, and I never really thought about this, I guess. I don't tend to mix my reds, because reds are one of those colors that sort of feel like if it's close or something, it could be just off enough to look not good. But in the designer series paper, there's both cherry cobbler and real red. So by using a cherry cobbler base and cherry cobbler die cut and a real red circle, the designer series paper kind of ties all that together in a really, really nice way, which I thought was really cool. Okay, so these are those gold woven leaves, and you can see we used the gold color enamel effects just to draw some veins on those leaves. So that was another way to use those. So anyway, where are we at now? Oh, okay, I've talked long enough. Okay, so again, I'm Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and I said I would show you some ways to make gift tags, and I am going to show you that. We did a couple as one of our make and takes with this class. Where did I put those? They were right here, I thought. Well, I could show you this, but I was looking for, they were in a bag. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay, so you could cut cardstock and then add DSP. So these are the two that we we made. I put a little bit of the silver metallic behind there to help that Mary just pop off the pretty peacock, okay, and then the label punch. And so now you've got plenty of space back here. And you would just use a handheld punch to punch through there and add some twine or ribbon or something, okay? So you could have a long skinny tag. This could be something that you tie onto a gift bag. It could be something that you attach to another bow or another piece of ribbon on a package. All right, so lots of things. So nice way to use some small pieces of cardstock and designer series paper. Okay, these happen to measure 2 by 5.5, but you wouldn't have to make them that long if you didn't want to. I'll show you a couple of other ways to make them a little bit smaller. And then this one, I was just looking at this. You could easily add some die cuts or some cut out pieces. I would stamp your to and from on the back first, punch a hole, add some twine, and you have a really fun gift tag. A little bit big maybe. This might be best for a bag or something. All right. So that's another option, okay, that we have. This is one that I'm working on. I do sets of gift tags that I send down to a gift gallery down in Falmouth, Mass. And so this is one. I just cut a piece of red cardstock and corner rounded the edges, cut a strip of basic black, some little circle punches. Not even sure what size this is. It's, I think, smaller than a 1/2 inch. Yep, but bigger than a 1/4, so it might be somewhere around 3/8. Yeah, about a 3/8 inch circle on this particular one. And this tag is 2.5 by 3.5. So I just cut a whole bunch of cardstock, 2.5 by 3.5, rounded the corners, added the little black, and then I took the silver metallic and hand did a buckle on there with the silver enamel, metallic enamel. So that's another way. And then I will put a slightly smaller piece of white, again rounded corners with a to and a from on the back, and a little piece of twine to through a hole to send, to tie on a package or something. So there's another option. Okay. There are so many options. You could use your punches. Okay, this is a die, but you could use punches. This is a 2 3/8 inch circle punch with this is our summer splash and a pool party. This was a curvy edge circle or a something circle punch. We don't carry it anymore, but if you still have it in your stash, if you're smart and you didn't get rid of it, you could lay those and have that other little bit peek out. Okay, so let's attach this. Okay, there we go. And then there we are. And then we could add our snowflake on there, and that's from the one-of-a-kind dies. Okay, I did a few white snowflakes. So there we go. And didn't get quite enough glue on there. Yeah, I think I was a little too stingy with the glue. I didn't want it squirting all out, but pardon my sniffles. I am working on getting rid of whatever. I'm not sure if this is a cold or if these are fall allergies and we just need a really super good hard frost. Not really sure what's going on, but whatever it is, it's driving me a little crazy. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. Now, sometimes I just turn that over and give it a really good press with the heel of my hand. Like that. Okay. So again, a little to and from on the back, a little twine, and you have a cute little tag there. Okay. Now we also have that one-of-a-kind dies. Has two shapes. It has the bigger shape and then it has the detailed shape. So you could, let's put this on first. I cut both out of coordinating cardstock, so Summer Splash, and we have the white here. Okay. Okay, let's give that a good press this way here. Okay. There we go. And then we can add a little glue here. Okay. There you go. You could just add twine, and now you have a really cute little tag for a package. Okay. Now you could handwrite to and from. If you were going to stamp it, I would have done it before. I may add a white circle that already has the to and from stamped on it. We'll see how those go. Okay. So you could also use a tag topper punch. Okay, add some more. There they are. So we have this. This tag topper is still in the catalog. It is on page 79. It's down here, Sparkling Snowflakes. So this stamp set and this punch are still available. And this one-of-a-kind die, the outline, the big one, cuts out the medium snowflakes. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so there's that. So you could use the tag topper punch, add an additional snowflake. Okay. Oh, so sorry, guys. It's home for a cup of tea when I finish up here, I think. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of glue around here. There we go. And give that a good rub. Okay, so this just, this punch takes a 2-inch, actually just under, like don't quite touch the 2-inch line on your trimmer and the paper will fit perfect. and then you get that. I could put the string off center. I could put it out here. I could put it up through here. There's lots of ways. So like I could do, you know how to do that, fold your string, right? Oops. Here it goes. And then you put your string through, and then put your ends through. And we want to make sure that comes, whoops. There we go. So you can have, you know, your string on there like that, and then tie it onto something that way. Okay, I'm gonna actually take that off because I need to put that string back where I know it belongs. I need to finish a make and take with it. All right, there. Okay, so there's that one. Okay. All right, there's a great way to, if you just cut, so a good, I think of a good size for a tag is about 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, I wouldn't go a whole lot smaller. I mean, I guess you could, but this is a good size. You get plenty out of a sheet of cardstock that way, and it just works out well. But in order to get those two, you know, the traditional tag shape, here's what I usually do. I take and I put this, I'm going to do it right here in the middle so you can see. Ooh, my stuff is getting kind of messy. All right, we'll put it right here so you can see what I'm doing. So I think about 1/2 inch is good. So I'm going to make the tiniest little niche right there, and I'm going to come down the same amount. Okay, so I'm going to put a tiny little mark here. So I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to line those two up in my blades, and we're just going to cut straight off. Okay, now if that little bit bothers you, you can always erase it. Okay. There we go. No one will be the wiser. Okay, so now you have a couple of choices. You could actually do the same thing on the other side, or you could take this piece, tuck it in the corner, okay, hang on to it, run your scissors right along that edge, and now you have symmetrical angles. Now, if you wanted to get fancy, you could do all 4, but this is sort of your traditional tag shape, okay? So let's put some punched or die-cut pieces on there. So let's put a little Christmas tree in the back and a little Humble Home punch here, and I'm going to just kind of disguise the bottom of the tree with this so that it gives the perspective that the tree is behind the house, okay, but also so that the tree doesn't look like it's floating, okay. So let's put those down, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to do something else with that. All right, let's put our house here, and we're going to just tuck the bottom of that tree, kind of like that. Okay, we'll add the house, okay, like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take our enamel effects, and first I'm going to put a little bow on the top of the tree. It's not a star, but it'll be cute anyway. A little red bow. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what I need? I know exactly what I need. Are they here? They are. These, if you don't have a pair of tweezers like this, you really need a pair. And I believe a pair comes in the embossing kit that we have been selling. Because when you press them, they open. And then as soon as you release, they close. So now this will stay in my little tweezers until I press them again. So I'm going to just put that on the top of the tree like that. All right. And then I'm going to take those enamel effects. I'm going to take the copper and I'm going to just shake it down and use a little bit of pressure till I see it moving. There it goes. And I'm just going to just make a few little, whoop, that one was a little big. Okay. Whoops. I smushed that one around a little bit extra. Anyway, they don't have to be perfect. Okay. One more down here maybe. That looks pretty good. Oh, they look a little bit more like they're in rows. Let me see if I can get a couple out a little farther and a couple in the middle. Maybe right here. And maybe right here. I don't want to get too many. I know. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. And I'm going to, this one got kind of flat and the rest are pretty tall. So let's add just a little. There we go. Now, it's going to depend on where you are and what the air quality is near you and the amount of humidity in the air. Okay, so if you're in Florida and it's 90 degrees outside and 90% humidity, it's likely going to take these a while to dry. If you've got AC running and it's fairly dry, or you're in the Northeast and your heat is on, maybe that's drying out the air and it may not take quite as long for it to dry. I just decided to do something else. I'm going to take this copper and I'm going to try and go around this heart. Let's see how I do. I could end up wrecking it. Oh, I don't think I did. Okay, so we have the little copper heart on the door. Okay, so you could add, some dimension to them that way. And again, I would punch the hole and add the twine. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have here? I'm going to set that one aside to dry. Okay, we've talked about the tag topper. We've talked about cutting the corners. Okay. You can also do some die cutting and using the negative piece. Okay, so what I did was I die cut this circle out of Granny Apple Green. I used the deckled circle dies. And then I cut a smaller one. I went 2 sizes smaller, okay, and with a shaded spruce. And I also at the same time cut this tree out so that the lighter green would show through, which I think looks really great. Now, no need to throw this away. Just cut another circle. I happen to cut it the same size as this circle. Doesn't really matter. And you can use that for another tag. So now I have 2 tags. Okay. So we're going to add some adhesive here. Okay. And let's see how we do in getting this sort of centered. Okay. Now you could use any kind of gems. I don't happen to have the red rhinestones that I used to. I mean, I know they're in my drawer. I just don't happen to have them right here. All right, where are my tweezers? I'm going to get smart and do this first. Okay, there's that. And okay. Okay. So now I have a little bow on the top of my tree. Now I could decorate my tree, okay, with some gems or something. Okay. I could even take and do tinsel. I could go back and forth and do lines of tinsel or something. Okay. So let's add this one to the smaller tag. Here we go. Okay. And I have one more of those. Okay. So many ways that you can use little pieces of scrap cardstock. So you're making your cards or whatever, and you cut off a strip of cardstock or something. Cut them down and put them in a tag topper punch, or put them, you know, just cut some die shapes out of them and make yourself some cute little tags. Right? All right, so I'm not going to put the enamel shapes and everything on, but you kind of get the idea. It's really, really easy to do these. Let me do, where's this one? I think I can hold this without mucking up my, here we go. And I'll just trim these corners real quick. There we go. And another way to use your scraps is to just use a scrap of designer series paper. Okay, just put a strip across, and if you want, you could add a die cut. Okay, you don't have to. You could stamp something there. All right. So there's another way. I'm just going to put a little. All right, so I think we've found several different ways. Now I could have conserved that. And, well, I probably wouldn't have gotten 2 out of it. But anyway, you get the idea. Okay, those strips of designer series paper that you have left over after you do a big cut, you can just flip the tag over, trim off the extra. Okay. And if you want to add a die cut, you could. If you you know, want to stamp something there, a bigger Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever for you, you know, whatever you want to put on them. Okay, I actually like that. And most of it is a sticker. So I'll just add a little bit of glue to the part that's not a sticker. Whoops. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. And we'll just add. I'm a little annoyed with myself. I left my precision tip glue bottle open, which means it got a little dried out and clogged. So I'm going to have to really give it a good cleaning and stuff because it's not letting glue out very easily right now, which is a bit annoying. All right, so that's, if you wondered why, like, you're putting it in such a small place, why aren't you using that? Well, that would be why. I'm just noticing I can get a little of that mess off. Won't look so bad. So there's another way. So let's kind of review. So we can die cut and use both the positive and the negative image. Okay. We can add a die cut and a scrap of designer series paper. We can use our punches and dies to make tags. We can use a tag topper punch, which is, that's actually its use, so go figure. Sometimes I use my punches for what they're used for. We could make longer, skinnier tags, like for a wine bottle tag, or to tie onto a package so you have plenty of room to write a little message to a host or something like that. All right. We can add die cut and stamped images and then add the enamel effects. Okay, the metallic. Stampin' Up! Also has a, I think it's neutrals or something like that. It's there's white. Shoot, hang on. Maybe they're in here. Let me look it up. Pearlized 109. Okay, so pearlized enamel effects. Doesn't tell me the colors. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay, well, anyway, we know white is one of them, and I can't remember what the others are in that pearlized one, but you can look it up online or something. So there you go. Whole bunches of ways that you can, or use your punches to create a shaped tag. Okay, so now we have all of these different tags. So I hope that was fun and helpful, and I hope that if you decide to make some of your own tags, you will share them with us here. I would love to see them in the comments under there. Yeah, Melanie, I hope that you're nice and toasty warm down there. So enjoy, have fun, play around a little bit, and I will see you next week for some more crafty fun. All right, take care. Bye. Bye-bye.